Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of Wits and Wagers March Madness version. Uh, Day one, March Madness. We had the playing games the last 2 days, and congratulations to Colorado State. Congratulations to Colorado, our good friends out there in Denver. Glad you got both your Colorado teams in there. And congratulations to Grambling and Wagner for getting into the tournament. Uh, yes, I'm Kenny K, and I'm here by myself. It's morning and 11 o'clock on the East Coast and 9 a.m. on the Mountain West, where a lot of our friends are. But I'm here. Some of my co-hosts are working. Some are getting ready for their game at 12:15. Some are a little under the weather, but we're hanging in there. I got some picks from Kurt and Joey Clams. I'm going to go through today's games with you, give you some prop bets at the end. But first, I want to get through some breaking news that we had. Breaking news hit yesterday that Shohei Ohtani's interpreter, and I may be butchering this name, Ippei Mizuhara, caught gambling. Shohei Ohtani apparently took out $4.5 million out of a wire transfer. And the news broke, and the Dodgers fired him early today. So some breaking news there. We'll see if this story develops. Shohei Ohtani is the face of baseball overseas. He's a hero to many people, Japanese baseball. So curious to see where this goes, because that's a lot of money. $4.5 million is nothing to fool around with. So we're going to see how this develops going forward. With that being said, again, I'm going to break into some games with you all, and we'll get rolling. So March Madness starts today, 12:20. First of many games today that we're going to break for everybody. And first one is going to be Michigan State, our good friend Carson, co-host, Ticket Time. And by the way, guys, let me mention one more time, Bracket Challenge, K&K Sports Show, Ticket Time, NCAA Bracket Challenge on ESPN. You can go to our page and find it. I don't have it in the link right now, but ESPN Bracket Challenge, Ticket Time, K&K Sports Show's Bracket Challenge. Free of charge, $75 gift card for first place, $25 gift card for second. But yeah, so that being said, I'm going to get into the first game, and it has to do with Carson's Michigan State Spartans. We got an early line. I got these lines off DraftKings, and we got Michigan State laying 1. Big Ten favorites early in the season. They were ranked high, I believe, as number 4. Struggled a little bit throughout the year, but they got in. I think it's their 25th or 26th straight year they're getting in. And they're opening up this tournament against SEC's Mississippi State Bulldogs. Got Michigan State laying 1. I'm going to lay it. I'm going to lay it for Carson, but I'm also going to lay it because I think Michigan State's got a chance of making a run with the pedigree that they have. And I just think it's going to be too much for Mississippi State. Getting the first game, and a lot of pressure being that first game, in my opinion. So give me the experience in Izzo in this one to start the tournament off, and Carson will be a very happy camper come around 2:30 when they win this game by about 4 or 5, maybe 6 points. Next one on the list is going to be 12:45 start. And there's Carson. He says he's going to be on me in 1 minute. Awesome, Carson. Just talking about Shohei Ohtani right now a little bit, and I'll get caught up with your games. Next one I'm going to bring up is, and Kurt's pick, by the way, is also Michigan State. So next game we got is going to be the Duquesne Dukes, 24-11, against one of my darlings. First year in the Big 12, BYU Cougars, laying 9.5 in this one. 23-10 record, first time in the Big 12. incredible job by them over there. They're well balanced team. They're the 6th seed, and you know what? I don't like laying big points, but I'm going to lay it in this one. So I'm going to take Duke in this one. And there he
Hey,
is.
what's
There,
up, Kenny?
Carson.
How you doing? What's going on, guys?
Good, good. We'll
Sorry,
catch
I
you.
missed my alarm. Like, oh crap, Kenny's doing a show.
12 o'clock. Don't worry about the show. At least you didn't miss 12 o'clock. At
Right?
least you
Yeah,
got
there you
up
go.
before
Yeah,
12.
exactly.
Real quick, I
So yeah,
just made my Duquesne pick. So why don't we get your pick on Duquesne BYU, and then I'll catch you up on what I did already.
okay, nice.
So I got
Yeah, that's gonna
BYU
be
9.5.
nice. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Duquesne. Again, you know me, I'm big on the underdogs this season. I like their squad, like their roster. BYU's been kind of shaky and inconsistent. I could see Duquesne pulling off the crazy upset too. So I like Duquesne here.
It's a nice
But yeah,
story. I believe the coach is retiring. I think after
yeah,
after the
yeah, you're
season.
right.
So nice. Oh, and also with that coach, he also
Yeah.
coached LeBron James in high school.
Okay, nice. Yeah, Joey
He's
is
LeBron
going
James.
with BYU -9. He sent me
Yep.
his pick. He likes BYU here.
Okay. Yeah, I got his picks too. So you want to read his? I'll read Kurt's. Kurt's
Sure.
going BYU. Let me
Cool.
catch you up on what we did so far. So we got your boys, Carson. Why don't you give us a little breakdown on your boys
Yeah.
opening up the tournament against Mississippi State?
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy game. Obviously, Izzo's 26th straight year making the tournament. We were sweating on Selection Sunday because there was a couple teams like NC State and Oregon stealing bids. So were we going to be a first 4 team? Were we going to be one of the last bye teams? We got the 9 seed taking on Mississippi State. Really big physical team. They have a couple great guards. I do like my Spartans here. I think just, again, experience is going to matter here a ton. I think they are a -1.5 point favorite. The last time I checked FanDuel, it might have changed the line, but hey, it's weird. I'm going to contradict myself here because in my strategy, I'm taking all the underdogs, so I'm betting Mississippi State because they're the underdog, but I'm hoping State obviously wins today.
Yeah, the minus ones aren't going to get you. The plus ones aren't going to get you too much back.
Right.
So, well,
Right. Yeah.
if you're gonna have a favorites win, let it be obvious. Your Michigan State and the minus
Sure.
ones. Let them win.
Sure.
Open up the show. I mentioned the Shohei Ohtani incident.
Yeah.
His interpreter Ippe Mizuhara, $4.5 million was taken out of Ohtani's account, and
Yeah.
the interpreter got caught gambling with a bookie, a legal bookie, and they fired him already. So
Wow.
curious to see where this story goes because Ohtani is the face of baseball with Japanese ties and everything like that. That's not pizza money. So we're curious to see where this story goes. Any thoughts on it?
Well, yeah, it's just kind of a weird situation. I mean, they're spending so much time together. It doesn't make any sense at all. They just signed one of the biggest contracts in sports history. And how did his interpreter even get access to his bank account? And why is he stealing $4.5 million? Because I'm sure Ohtani pays him pretty well, him being the highest baseball player in the world. So it would be crazy if somehow, some way, Ohtani is linked to that gambling stuff, or maybe his interpreter's the scapegoat. Who knows? Because they obviously can't afford to lose Ohtani because he brings the MLB so much damn money. It's crazy. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting story that breaks. But I thought that was crazy too, Kenny.
Yeah, I just want to bring it up because we're doing Wits and Wagers. But yeah, we'll talk about it next week on K&K because this could be interesting.
Yeah.
Not too many people have $4.5 million to spend, and not the less an interpreter. So I'm curious to see where this goes. If other people are involved, some other people may be involved here. Let's get back into the games. So next game up on the list is 1:35 start. The AAC Akron Zips get in 24-10 record, the 14 seed, and they're facing a strong Creighton team. Carson 23-9. Creighton is laying 12 in this one.
I love the Zips here in this one, man. This is one of the most experienced teams in the entire tournament. They got a ton of juniors and seniors. They got great guard play. Watch out for the Zips, man. Akron has made a couple close calls in previous tournaments. I forgot who they were playing, but they were up like 8 points with a minute left, and they blew it. I can't remember who they lost to, but they have made some noise and some close scares in the past. Creighton, who knows what kind of team they're going to get. A lot of people are picking them to get all the way to the Sweet 16/Elite 8. They could get a scare today by the Zips, so watch out for the Zips. But I would not be surprised if Creighton, just takes care of them as well. I'm going to go with Akron and the points.
I'm going to take the points here. I think Creighton wins, and I hope they do, because I mentioned our Ticket Time K&K Sports Show bracket at the beginning of the show. I got them going pretty far. I'm not going to say how far, because I don't want to give it away, because it is a competition. But I do have them going far, Creighton. So if Creighton was to lose, I think I'm going to be out of it. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But hey, for your underdog picks, Akron would be a nice one to get your bankroll up for sure. 205 start, our next one. It's the Arizona Wildcats, Pac-12 champions, going up against Long Beach State. Interesting story about Long Beach State, 21-14. Their coach is done as soon as they pretty much let him go, but because they won it, they're allowing him to coach. So they might be playing hard for this coach. They're getting 20 points, Carson.
Again, March Madness is a whole different animal. If this was during the regular season, I probably would have, laid the 20 points with Arizona. But again, Long Beach State, anything can happen in March Madness. Double-digit points for 2 20-minute halves. That is that's hard to sell for me to lay the points. So again, Long Beach State, why not? Give me the dog with the points.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. I couldn't agree more. I could see Arizona up by like 16-18, and then calling the dogs off late to get get their players, keep their players fresh, and you get the cover there with the 20. You also see these 15 seeds come through. One of them every year plays a 2 seed tough. So why not Long Beach State?
For sure.
Kurt's going Creighton in Arizona, by the way. I got his picks circled.
Okay. Nice.
Next one on the list is 116, Carson. Tar Heels, first one seed up on board against Wagner, who got in with a 7-man roster, 7 active players. UNC 24.5 point favorite in this one over Wagner, local team up in New York, up our way.
Nice.
So good story. I think it's their first time in the tournament.
Yeah, again,
24.5.
These 16-1 seeds, they are probably the hardest to pick because usually they lay the most points. And again, it's March Madness, so anything can happen. But like you just said, Kenny, 7-man roster. I mean, they're going to be dying by the second half if they don't get enough subs in. So I probably just for the show, again, I'm going dogs. So just probably plus the points with Longwood. But again, I could see UNC just blowing them out here too.
Yeah, this one's Wagner, but I agree with you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wagner.
Yeah, I'm staying away from this, but for those who want to throw the 16 seed in there, take a chance with them. Maybe you'll get the backdoor cover. They think they had quarterback, the football players practicing with them so they can have a full 10-man squad. That's how bad. I don't know why they only have 7 active players. I didn't read into that.
That's crazy. Wow.
Hey, good story for them to get in.
Yeah.
I think it was Howard had 3 open shots to take the win, and they didn't. And so nice story there for Wagner to get in. Sure. Now we got a couple good games coming up. 3:15, we got a 3:14. Big Ten country, your end of the woods. Illinois, the champs, going up against a solid Morehead State team. I got Illinois laying 11.5 in this one, Carson.
Yeah, Illinois, they are a sneaky team that could possibly make a run all the way to the Final Four. They play great in the Big Ten tournament. I like their coach, Brad Underwood, a lot. But again, Morehead State, they got something to prove. They're trying to pull off one of these seeds, Kenny, a 14 versus a 3 or a 13 versus a 4. I think you're going to see one of them either today or tomorrow. Morehead State could possibly pull it off as well. Illinois has been shaky, kind of inconsistent at times. If Morehead State and their guards get hot, they could pull off the crazy upset. So again, for the show, I'll go with the points here with Morehead. But Illinois, if they get past Morehead today, I think they could make a deep run.
Yeah, this Morehead team is solid. I'm going to take the 11.5. Kurt's taking Morehead, and he's also taking Arizona and North Carolina.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked if they pull this upset off, like you said. Morehead's solid. I think in the I'm going to take the points here at 11.5 and hope for a couple of those double-digit victories today. It's always fun to see those double-digit teams get into the second and third rounds, the Sweet 16s. Here's a pick'em type game for you. 4:05. Joey Clams' darlings, the Pac-12 Oregon Ducks.
Yeah,
who got in because they won the Pac-12. I said Arizona earlier. I was mistaken there. Oregon was the Pac-12 champs, and they get this SEC's South Carolina Gamecocks. Funny story with them, they were projected to be last in the SEC this year. So great story for them to get in with a 26-7 record against Oregon, 23-11. But Oregon, the 11th seed, is a 1-point favorite in this one, Carson.
Yeah, Joey's also going Oregon here in this one too. I don't blame him. Again, this is a pick. I'm a 50-50 coin flip. You go either side with this one. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are going to pick this one, 11 versus 6 with Oregon, but South Carolina could creep away in the last couple minutes. They do have some size on their team, so I think. Again, I'm going to just go with the +1 with South Carolina. But again, this is a coin flip. You close your eyes and you throw the dart and hopefully it hits. So I could see Oregon winning this game too. But for the show, I'll go South Carolina. I'll take the 1 point.
Yeah, 26-7 SEC, solid conference. Oregon had a nice run Pac-12, but what I don't like about these teams that get in with that magical run, they have time off now, so they lose that momentum of playing every day in the tournament. They get hot. Their conference tournaments. Now they had a few days off. I'm going to go South Carolina with you in this one, and I'm going to go against Joey and Kurt. So we're 50-50 on that one. That tells you, like you said, throw a dart, coin flip type game. So
yeah,
4 of us picking it. We're 50-50 on it. Another one, throw a dart, in my opinion. 4:35, Carson. Mountain West, who got a lot of teams in, going up against the A10 Dayton Flyers. Seth Curry's old team. 24-7 Dayton versus 26-7 Nevada. Nevada is the favorite in this one by 1.
Yeah, Joey's also going with Nevada here as well, the Wolfpack. This is going to be a popular 10 versus 7 pick in the brackets. Again, for the show, Dayton's been weird. They've been playing inconsistently the past couple of days. But again, March Madness, they get just one game that takes the entire momentum away. So I'll probably go with Nevada money line for the show, but I'll take Dayton here in the points as well.
I'm gonna take Nevada in this one. I think Dayton losing in the A10 tournament. I don't think they should have even questioned to me is how they get a 7 seed nonetheless. But I just think there were other teams that deserved to be in there before them. We saw what happened, fortunately, with Jenny Hoops' Virginia, who was a team I didn't think should have been in there over a couple of other teams in the Big East, for example, and. So we'll see what happens here. I'm going to go with the Wolfpack like Joey, and I'm pretty confident in that pick as well. So Kurt's also taking Nevada in this one. Here's an interesting one, 6:55 to start the evening session. The Texas Longhorns, Big 12 team, a lot of Big 12 teams in there, 20-12 against the first 4, Colorado State, who beat up pretty easily on Virginia. And look pretty good, in my opinion. Texas laying 2 in this one, Carson.
Yeah, this is a really sneaky game. I think whoever wins this game is going to upset Tennessee if they get by the first round. Colorado State, I really like what they did in the first round. A lot of talent, a lot of shooting on that team. In Texas, I love a lot. Texas always seems to make noise in March Madness. They got a guy named Max Abmas. He transferred from Oral Roberts last year, and he can play, man. You're going to see him ball out in the tournament. I like Texas a lot in this game, but again, Colorado State, they could totally upset Texas as well. I think whoever wins this game, I think is going to really scare Tennessee in the second round.
Yeah, you know what? I couldn't agree with you more. But I am going to go Colorado State. Kurt is as well. This team was ranked, I think, as high as 14 at one time this year. Got off to a 13-1 start, and then ran into like a midseason slump. And I think this Virginia win, I think they got a lot of confidence right now, and I'm going to take this as a definitely an underdog bet here on the money line. And I think you get one here, Carson, because in your underdog, I think you get this one at in Colorado State. Like you said, whoever wins this game, Tennessee better watch out. And that's one of Kurt's favorite coaches over there in Rick Barnes. So he's one of the choke artists over there in Kurt's opinion. So we'll see. I like Colorado State, Texas, whoever wins this one. Nice upset pick there in that second round for sure. 7:15 start. This is a game I really like tonight. Kentucky Wildcats. We know their pedigree.
Yeah.
They're laying 14 against Oakland, but it's not Oakland, California, Carson. It's up your neck of the woods. Oakland, what part of Michigan are they from? Is it northern, southern?
It's the northern part. Well, actually, kind of Midwest, right by me. They're right in Rochester, in that neighborhood. So, yeah, just right down the street from Detroit. So
it's a little root in there for you, behind after Michigan State, of course. But Kentucky's laying 14 in this one, Carson. 2-touchdown favorite.
Yeah, Kentucky, they've got a ton of talent, a ton of great guards. I think they got, 2 guys that are projected first rounders in the NBA draft. Again, man, I love Oakland. It's kind of my school that I was thinking about going to before state. So I'm gonna be rooting for the Golden Grizzlies today. But yeah, 14 points. They got a guy named Trey Townsend. He can absolutely ball out. If he gets hot, he has like a career high game tonight or something. Something crazy is going to happen. Oakland can definitely pull it off. They got nothing to lose. They just won their Horizon League tournament, and they're basically playing with house money. All the eyes are going to be on Coach Calipari today. So again, I'll go with the points here with Oakland. But again, if Kentucky gets by Oakland, they can make a deep run as well.
Kurt said the same exact word, same exact in different words. He said either Kentucky blows out Oakland, but if it's close, Oakland's going to win. Yeah. So you know what? He's going with Kentucky. He's going for the blowout. This is my biggest upset of the first round. Oakland is going to be the Cinderella story going into Saturday, and they're going to knock off the heavyweight Kentucky Wildcats.
That'd be sweet. Yeah.
Yep. This is going to be this is my biggest one. So at least of today. I mean, I'm going to have a couple more tomorrow. I know that, but for today, this game is going to be fun in my opinion. To 7:30 start. The Gonzaga Bulldogs. We all know Gonzaga. They got in again. They got to be up there in years now too. How many consecutive years they're in? I don't think they've missed a tournament in many years. And Cinderella story of its own. 30-3 East State.
Yeah.
5-12 matchup. Gonzaga's laying 7 in this one.
I love McNeese a ton in this game. They were showing the rosters for McNeese, and I think they have 4 guys that are shooting 40% or better from the 3-point line. That's crazy. If they can consistently do that today, watch out, man, because they could get on a serious heater. That is a very popular 12-5 upset pick. I love McNeese in this one, outright upset against Gonzaga.
Kurt's with you. You sold me. I originally was like, why is this Gonzaga line 7?
Right.
But I looked it up. Yeah, they can shoot. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Those 5-12s are always coin flips, even though it's a
Yeah.
high seed against a low seed. You always get at least one, sometimes two 12 seeds upset in a 5. So
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a very good underdog play here. So yeah, I'm going to take the 7 with McNeese as well.
Nice.
We got a couple more this evening. 740, a 215. Iowa State. A lot of people said they deserve to be a number 1 seed. Well, it looks like they got
Mm-hmm.
that 8th seed out of the eighth, the 4th number 2 seed because they ended up in UConn's bracket. So a lot to prove, I think, in my opinion, with Iowa State minus 15.5 over South Dakota State.
Yeah, the Jackrabbits, Joey and I, we've had some success with them in the past. Again, they're gonna run into a wall here today, though. I think Iowa State, they're a 2 seed for a reason. A sneaky pick to possibly get all the way to the Final Four. I hope the Jackrabbits make some noise today. Who knows? Maybe we might see a crazy 15-2 this year. But I think Iowa State, they're going to get it done. Again, sign me up for the points for the Jackrabbits, but Iowa State, I think, is way too talented.
Yeah, you know what? This one I'm going to take. Look what they just did to Houston in the Big 12
Yeah.
champions. Not the Big no, I'm sorry. It wasn't. Yeah, Iowa State, Houston. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Houston's still in the AAC. I got last year on my mind. No, Iowa State crushed Houston, and they get a few days off to build off that, and then they see themselves as a number 2 seed in the same bracket as UConn. So they want to prove something today. I think I'm going to lay the points here in Iowa State. Again, I hope I'm wrong for your underdog here because I like to see one of these big underdogs come in for you. A couple of them. I think this one is going to be the blowout, and we'll see what happens in the second round with Iowa State. But I think they got a lot to prove and a very dangerous team that could be UConn's kryptonite. We'll see. I got not a late games, Carson. We got 4 left. 9:25. We talked about Tennessee. Better watch in the second round. But how about in the first round? They get St. Peter's. We all know what St. Peter's did a couple of St. Peter's coach now moved on to Seton Hall, but they're back in the tournament, and they're getting 21.5 from Tennessee, Carson.
Yeah, Tennessee's pretty damn good. Kurt, I know, doesn't like their coach, Rick Barnes, but, there's a guy named Dalton Connect who's an absolute beast. I think he won the SEC Player of the Year. I think he's going to be a first-round pick. His story's kind of crazy. He basically had no Division I offers, worked his way from basically Division II, Division III, and got all the way to Division I Tennessee, and now is projected a first-round pick. So watch out for Dalton Connect. Again, St. Peter's, can they do it again? Sure, they can. I'll take the points of St. Peter's, but Tennessee, man, again, another popular pick to get out of that region.
I'm going to take St. Peter's here, New Jersey. Nice. Got to represent New Jersey. So the Peacocks of St. Peter's, why not? They had that magical run 2 years ago, and why not again? So, 21.5 is a lot to lay. Kurt's laying it. Surprisingly, he's also going with Iowa State, but I'm going to take the 21.5. Kind of like in the game, like I said earlier, they might be up close to that number 20, 21 with 2 minutes left. And then, they bring in the end of the bench players to get some, get the memories of being in a March Madness, and then you get the backdoor cover with St. Peter's. So I'm going to take the points there in that one. Interesting one here, 9:45. ACC Big 12 matchup, the ACC champs in the tournament. NC State Wolfpack, who got it because of being champs. They're the 11 seed against the Texas Tech Raiders, 23-10 record. The Texas Tech Red Raiders are laying 5 in this one, Carson.
Yeah, Texas Tech, I like a lot. They have a really physical team, one of the best defensive teams in the country. They are my sleeper pick to get all the way to possibly the Elite Eight. They can really ball out, man. Again, defense, old school mentality. I think, again, for the points, I'll take the underdog with the points. But Texas Tech, man, I like a lot. I think they're the 6th seed, Kenny, right? They're a 6th seed.
Yes.
So, yeah, Texas Tech, I like a lot.
They got some history in tournaments recently in the last few years too, Texas Tech.
Yeah.
And I like this one because this falls into that same category as earlier team. I forget who it was that I said, looking back, I said about Oregon. Oregon winning the Pac-12. Now they get some time off. NC State, you give them a week off, they get momentum. They had that magical run in the ACC. I think the Big 12 is much better than the ACC. I think this is a double-digit win for Texas Tech, one of my better bets on the card this today. So late this evening, one of my best bets, Texas Tech laying the 5. Kurt is also laying the 5 with Texas Tech. 2 more 10 o'clock games. Kansas Jayhawks, news broke, about their guard not playing this tournament. They've had some injuries lately. They're getting a strange, sneaky team here in Samford. I forgot to even look up their mascot name, but I was watching the March Madness, and they said this team can shoot. And Kansas is laying 7.5, Carson, 22-10 record. Samford, 29-5 record.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I'll let you go first. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll let you go first.
It's going to be another possible upset pick. Samford, again, they can make a sneaky little run here. Kansas, they're dealing with injuries. What team are you going to get with Kansas? I was at the gym. I was texting you guys, Kenny, and Houston just blew them out of the water. Just a completely different animal with Houston against Kansas. And Kansas are frauds. Samford could totally pull off the upset today against Kansas. I'll go with the points here with Samford.
Kurt's going Kansas. He's saying, watch out for Big Bill Self in this one. No, I'm not sold on it. This is going to be one of the upsets of the tournament. Kansas is going to be out in round 1. That loss, they're losing their guard and their other injuries, sitting their players. The Samford team is a live, very live underdog at 7.5 points. So I think you're going to be happy with this result, Carson. I'm going to go Kansas. I'm going to go Samford outright win to get to 30-5 on a heck of a season so far.
Nice.
Our nightcap, 10:10 p.m. start. Pac-12 team. It's a pick'em type game, but Washington State is laying 1 against another team who's made some history with some first round upsets. That's Drake, 29-6 record.
I think Drake can really shoot. This is going to be another popular 10-7 upset. Well, I think Drake is favored in this game, but Washington State is the higher seed. Again, Washington State, the Cougars, I think they could make some noise. Drake, again, if everybody is on Drake, that's kind of a problem because Washington State might make some noise and might burn you. So again, for the show, I'll go Washington State, but I think Drake could totally to win this game as well.
I watched Washington State versus Arizona a couple weeks ago in Arizona, and they played with Arizona and beat Arizona in Arizona. I'm taking Washington State in this one. And one of my better bets, even though Joey's going Drake and Kurt's going Drake, I've watched Washington State. I watched a lot of West Coast games, listened to a lot of West Coast games, being working overnight. So a lot of Mountain West, Pac-12. I think I got some good insight on some of these games. And I'm going to go Washington State here. And I think they get to the second round.
Nice.
That's going to conclude our slate of games today, Carson. I think I'm going to do this again tomorrow. And, if you're interested in tomorrow, getting the Friday games in, we could do this tomorrow with everybody. But I do have a couple props that I want to throw out there, and maybe you want to do some as well.
Yeah.
$5. I'm going to throw $5 on 5 teams to win it all. And these are long shots. My first long shot is going to be Iowa State. We mentioned them. They're a 2 seed. They're 20-1 to win it all. $5 will get you back 100. Second one I like Creighton. If they can get by Akron, Big East, very top heavy in UConn, Marquette, and Creighton, and then nobody else made it in. So I think Big East is going to make a strong showing with these teams. Creighton 30-1, and give me a 150 payout. Now a couple of my two of my long shots. Joey Clams, you guys know I like St. Mary's. I've been on high on St. Mary's. I think they got a senior-laden team. Mahaney, they got the guy in the middle. They got about 3 or 4 guys that really can shoot, make some noise. They were the West Coast champs. They beat Gonzaga 70-1 and plus 350. And then my deep long shot, why not? New Mexico. Rick Pitino's son gets in the tournament. Dad doesn't. Eddie House Jr. And Jamal Mashburn's son, pedigree. These kids can shoot. They can put up 80 points on anyone. So any time that they can get close to that number, this could be a dangerous team. Why not put $5 on them and get a $500 payout if they can pull off the magical run? Good friend Michael saying good morning, Kenny and Carson. Michael's out there in Arizona. Michael, good luck to your Arizona Wildcats. I know you're a big Arizona Wildcat fan.
I got you guys in the Final Four, Michael.
Nice. Carson, I also did women's real quick, and then I'll let you go if you want to do anything. Some women's, you get a lot of South Carolina's minus 140. So if you want to go against them to win it all in the women's, here's some teams to think about. Caitlin Clark, Iowa, 5.5 to 1 odds to win it all. UConn and Paige Eckers, 16 to 1.
Wow.
LSU, they won it. LSU, 7.5 to 1. USC, who's had a magical year, 40 to 1. And Notre Dame, 45 to 1. That's some good odds if you can beat South Carolina.
For sure.
Anybody you want to throw out there off the top of your head, or just want to get some final thoughts in?
Boy, let me take a look here. Women's. I'll throw in
up there.
Ohio State maybe. Could make some. Actually, are they? No, they're in the. Are they in the? Yeah, they're in March Madness. Yeah, I'll say Ohio State.
Nice. And in the men's, you got any sleepers?
Or is that?
Yeah, I could pull them up. And how about men's? You got any sleepers? Ohio State's 30 to 1. 30 to 1 on Ohio State.
30 to 1. Yeah, they went toe to toe with Caitlin Clark the last time they faced. So Ohio State could make some noise. You said a sleeper, Kenny.
Or a team that you'd like in the men's that can get it for you.
Sleeper in the men's. Wow. Give me.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. UConn, just under 3.5 to 1. Are you going? Would you take that 3.5 to 1, or would you want to bet somebody else? And I can give you some teams odds.
Yeah, their team is stacked. Again, it's so hard to repeat. It's only been done once by Florida. They totally could do it again. They got the roster to do it. Maybe Gonzaga. Gonzaga is a 5 seed. If they get past the drama of McNeese today, they're definitely due for a deep tournament run. So maybe Gonzaga I'll throw in the mix. I'll say Gonzaga is probably my sleeper.
Just looking at a couple here real quick. San Diego State's 90 to 1, and they might get a second round matchup, early round matchup with UConn. Imagine if they can beat UConn there. Michael's Arizona's 12 to 1. That's nice value there. And some other ones, you got Houston's the second choice at 5.5 to 1. Don't like that. Purdue at 7 to 1 is nice value. If you believe in Matt Painter, why not? At those odds, and that's pretty much, looking at a couple other ones. There's Tennessee 16 to 1, Auburn 17 to 1, North Carolina's 13 to 1. So again, like I would go Iowa State if I had to pick one of my choices here that I'm very confident in. $5 to get you $100. Why not?
Yeah.
So, Well, I guess Michael's just saying UConn has the most pressure in the field. I agree, Michael. Like to repeat's very tough, so I think they are going to have some pressure on them. Want to get some final thoughts in, Carson? I know you're getting ready for
Yeah,
your game there, so
for sure. Yeah, Michigan State, first game of the tournament. I'm going to be glued to my couch watching. That's going to be a stressful game. It's going to be back and forth all the way to the finish line. Hopefully, we can, just get a win in the NCAA tournament, get to Saturday, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah, anything can happen. It's March Madness, one of my favorite times of the year, and let's go.
I know I've said this on your Ticket Time stream. I'll ask you real quick. Do you like being the first game, or would you rather watch a couple games and then have your game?
Especially with me streaming later at night, I'm glad it's at noon so I can watch it, without having to be distracted by anything. So yeah, there is kind of pressure that it's the first game, everybody's gonna be watching it, but I like just getting it out of the way right out the get-go.
Yeah, me too. I like that. All right, so uh, good luck to everybody who joined our bracket challenge,
Hmm.
Ticket Time and K&K Sports Show.
Yeah, we
Carson,
got
real quick for those people checking out with us this morning. I know we usually do it on Wednesdays. I want to tell everybody about your Carson Shear Show real quick so they can like and
yeah.
subscribe that channel.
Yeah, thanks, Kenny. Yeah, Carson Shear Show, my Star My Own Sports YouTube channel, talk show. We're also on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and X. Just Carson Shear Show. You'll find me over there. Mostly do shorter form content. I talk about my teams, Lions, Pistons, Tigers coming up, and be talking about every single game for the Tigers this season. The Red Wings, they're making a push for the playoffs, so I'm talking about the Wings. And then, yeah, something crazy that I'm doing this March Madness. I'm taking every single underdog from the first four to the final four, and I'm going to keep everybody updated what the standings are, what the record is, and if I come out ahead. So that's something I got going on right now.
Love it, Carson. Thank you again, Carson, for joining.
Yeah.
We're going to do this again tomorrow morning, same time, 11 p.m., 9 Mountain, Michael, and those out there. So we'll get you some picks out there later tomorrow. And good luck, everybody. And we'll see everyone then tomorrow.
See you guys.